are back on Morning Line. Thanks for joining us. Our guest, Morris Beagle, he's with the Southern Hemp Expo, which kicks off Friday and then runs through Saturday. I want you to tell people how they can go to this. And what's interesting is you see now, by the way, here in the Nashville area, across the country, there is now CBD-infused beer, CBD-infused soda, CBD on your pizza. I mean, CBD ice cream. What do you think of those products?
It's a fad, is what it really is. I mean, it's like Tickle Me Elmo almost.
Yeah.
Our inner circle jokes about it now, who we've been doing this for the last 5 or 6 years, and we really got into it for the food and the fiber side of it, and then here comes CBD, and it just blows everything up. And which is great because it's created this big awareness push for the plant, and now people are finding out that you can build houses with it. We can make bioplastics with hemp. We can make paper with hemp. And there's all these other different things that we can do with hemp besides just take CBD tinctures and capsules and ice cream and hamburgers and whatever.
But that's the buzz. That's what people hear at this point. But you're right. It really, when you think about it, it's an amazing plant, all its uses, and we're not even talking about the CBD aspect of it. Let's go to Vivian. Vivian, good morning. Hi, Vivian.
Hi.
Hi. What's on your mind? Sure.
I have fibromyalgia. I take Lyrica and Cymbalta for pain.
Okay.
I take these twice a day. So what I'm looking to do is get off these. I know you answered part of my question when you were telling all of what you can look for in these medicines or in the CBD stuff. But what I want to know is if I look at the ingredients, will I be able to tell exactly what is in those that I can look for, like the strength of it? Will that help me be able to tell what I need to get?
Excellent question. Excellent question. And again, before you change any medicine, consult with your doctor about what you're on and don't just go flying off it. You always do that first, even though I will say this, doctors are still slowly getting on board, and because it's not totally legal, they won't necessarily say don't do it, but they're not necessarily all going to advocate for it yet. So doctors that I've encountered, some are on board and some aren't.
Correct.
And that's only because they're not sure yet.
Right. And I'm not here to give medical advice.
Right, and you're not a doctor.
I'm not a doctor. And you should consult your doctor, but like you said, doctors, depending on where they're at in their education of this plant, a lot of them are waiting for more research to come out that's peer-reviewed, that they feel confident that they can, in turn, recommend these products. But if you're looking for something to replace, it's really trial and error. People's bodies all respond differently to the different products. So we could be take the Cat's Naturals, same stuff. My body's probably going to react to it a little differently than your body, and compared to her body.
Well, dosage is an issue too, though. I mean, you see there's 600 milligrams, there's 1,000 milligrams, there's 2,000 milligrams in a jar, and the number of milligrams in a container gets more expensive. How do you know how many drops you're supposed to put? Typically, you put them under your tongue and let it sit there for 30 seconds. How many drops, depending on how many milligrams? That's still, even to me, as much as I've researched this, is unclear.
It's unclear to me as well, and I've been in it since the beginning, and I don't know. We could have 5 different products here, and they all say 1,000 milligrams, but it's not that clear, because there could be, it's just CBD isolate and some sort of carrier oil, whether that's coconut oil or MCT or hemp oil or grapeseed oil. Or there could be other ingredients mixed in there. It's still unclear, and our industry has a long ways to go. And again, that's why the FDA needs to step in and provide some guidelines as to how we're going to label our bottles and how we're going to have correct dosages and what does 10 milligrams really mean, because I don't think our industry has figured that out yet.
Okay, and yet you and I have done it. I've used 1,000 milligram containers where I put just a few drops, and that's why I would say to Vivian anyway, research it. Maybe go to the expo where there's going to be a lot of experts. Ask your doctor. Maybe ask a pharmacist, someone like Sean Pruitt. I will say this, the anecdotal evidence is out there. There has been testing done. As far as I know, CBD oil is non-toxic, meaning that you cannot overdose on it.
That is correct.
Okay, no one's ever died from too much CBD oil.
Correct.
So unless it's going to interact with something that she's taking, and other drug interactions I haven't heard about, but I guess that you'd want to check. It's almost like, okay, we may not be exactly clear on the dosage, so you experiment with it and start small, but you're not going to poison yourself.
Correct. The World Health Organization came out with a statement saying that there's no evidence that shows any adverse reactions to taking cannabidiol, CBD.
Yeah, at the very least, it's probably going to do nothing. But always look with your doctor, especially if you choose to try it and you're on other medicines. Play it safe, run it by your physician first, is what I would just say, as this is something we're still all learning about. Let's go next to Jewel. Hi, Jewel. Hello, Jewel.
Yes.
What can we do for
I
you?
just wanted to say that the CBD oil, it isn't just good for people. It's good for your animals, too. I have 2 small dogs, and both of them have seizures really bad. And I give them the CBD oil once a week, and they're fine now. They no longer have seizures.
I am so glad that you called in. Go ahead.
Well, we've got plenty of vendors that have products for our furry little pets.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of research to be done on this as well, but the results that I've heard from all kinds of friends of mine who use these products with their pets has all been positive.
Right.
That they're all experiencing positive results.
I've seen at pet expos now, where there's just for pets and pet products, I see a CBD booth set up for animals now. So that's out there.
Oh yeah, that's happening.
And my understanding is pretty much it is basically the same. When you think about pet medicine and human medicine, a lot of times there's differences there, but I think it's the same. Some would market, well, this is being sold for dogs, but I don't think there's anything different in there than the stuff I'm using.
No, and dogs and cats have endocannabinoid systems just like we do, and so these products are benefiting them like they benefit us.
I'm really glad she called to say that, and that's what's interesting. This much started here. A lot of the CBD research, we had folks here with children with horrible seizures, and they had to leave to go to Colorado. And this child that I did a story on was taking these adult meds for seizures, and she was basically in a coma 24/7 to keep her out of the seizures. The medicines were so powerful. Took her to Colorado because they couldn't do it legally here, and they sent me video of her after a couple of months there on a CBD medical marijuana oil. And the child was alert and walking around.
Isn't that amazing?
Seizures are one thing that I think the FDA has actually approved a couple of medical marijuana drugs for CBD.
GW Pharma.
That's it.
Yeah, Epidiolex.
All right, we only have about 3 minutes left. Let's hit folks up on what they need to do if they want to attend the expo.
Well, you need to go online to southernhempexpo.com, and you can buy either the industry ticket that's good for Friday and Saturday, or you can get the GA ticket that's just good for Saturday. The business conference and farm symposium are sold out. There will be tickets available at the door both Friday and Saturday, so if you can't get online to get them, you can just come to the door and you can pay cash at the door if you don't like to give your credit card over the internet. And we're just looking forward to having as many people out to the show as possible. We're here to educate the industry and educate the general public.
Okay, and again, the difference between Friday and Saturday in terms of what's happening?
Friday is really geared towards industry and business to business, and the industry coming together to educate each other and do business together. Whereas Saturday, there's still some of that going on, but it's really more of a trade show open to the public. So
will the booths all be set up on Friday though?
Yeah, it's the
everything's
same
in
thing.
place. Okay.
Everything's in place. Same thing both days really, but it's just open to the general public on Saturday.
Okay, what kind of crowd? Last year, I don't know, do you ever get a tally of attendance? I don't know if you got a handle on it last
roughly
year.
4,000 people.
Wow.
Between the 2 days, a couple thousand each day.
You're going to get more this year.
We're going to get more this year. We're expecting 5, 6, 7. We'll know what our walk-up is. I mean, we've been partners with a couple of good media outlets here. We've got a lot of good stuff on the streets, press-wise.
Yeah.
So we're expecting a really good turnout.
Have you been out there already? Are they already setting up? And
yeah,
all this?
it's all getting set up today. We were out there yesterday.
Yeah, it's a great
banners.
facility.
Yeah, it's really nice.
You like Franklin?
I do like Franklin.
Well, what's not to like about Franklin? It's a nice area. But okay, and what time does it open? The doors open from what to what?
10 to 6.
10 to 6 both days, and tickets are available at the door. I will be out there as well, and there'll be I guess if the seminars are already closed to it, listen, it's an education just walking around. Do you imagine after this year we'll be back here again next year?
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. Just
We've got a hold at the end of August next year.
Oh, really? Okay.
On the same location as well as another location. So we're looking at, depending on attendance and what we need to do for next year. But we're coming back.
Do you believe between now and next year there will be laws that change from the federal level? How far away are from that? The Farm Bill and all of that. What's your take?
There will be definite guidelines put in place from the USDA. That's coming here in the next month or two.
Where they'll be regulating.
The initial outline of all the regulations. The FDA is being pushed to make some recommendations. FDA typically drags their feet, and I've heard everything from 6 months to 24 months. They're being pushed to make some regulatory suggestions. We'll see where that goes.
They need to do it because for the big picture, it's good for the whole business as it goes. And more and more lawmakers, I think in most states, even in Tennessee, which I think will be the last probably ever to legalize recreational marijuana. I think if you put medical marijuana to a referendum in the state of Tennessee, it would pass tomorrow. And we'll see how that goes.
I don't know if you guys will be the last. You've got some stiff competition out there, I'm telling you.
Oh, boy. Morris, thank you. Pleasure, sir.
Nick.
I'll see you tomorrow.
All righty.
I'll be back with a programming note right after this.
Appreciate it.